If you're trying to figure out how to add accounts in QuickBooks Online, you're in the right place. Maybe you need to add a new bank account, track a loan, or just separate out some expenses. Whatever the case, I'll show you exactly how to add accounts step by step. First, let's look at adding a bank account or a credit card. These are some of the first accounts that a new user will want to add. So from the left menu bar, we're going to hover over Transactions. And then we're going to click on Bank Transactions. Now over here at the top right, we're going to click on Link Account. Here you'll find your bank or credit card, either from the ones listed here, or you can type your bank or credit card's name in the search bar. For example, if we have a Discover card, we can type that in here and it will pull that right up. Now, once you choose your bank or credit card, it will then prompt you to enter your username and password that you use to log into your online bank or credit card account. You'll enter that and then continue to follow the prompts QuickBooks gives you, and you'll have your bank or credit card account added to your chart of accounts, and QuickBooks will start pulling in the transactions from that account. When you've successfully added your bank or credit card accounts to QuickBooks, you can then see them listed here and also in your chart of accounts. Now, most of the accounts that you'll need won't be linked up like this to QuickBooks. So let me go ahead and show you the process for adding any other accounts like expense accounts, loan accounts, income accounts, or other assets like equipment, etc. to your books. To do that, we're going to head to the chart of accounts, which is basically your business's master list of categories. So let's click on the gear icon in the top right, and then we're going to select chart of accounts. Now here's where all of your accounts live in QuickBooks. You'll find here your linked bank accounts in the assets section here. You can see that they're linked accounts because of these little arrows here, and you'll see your linked credit card accounts here in the liability section. Now to add a new account that you won't need linked to QuickBooks, we'll go up here to the top right and click New Account. Here we'll have several fields to fill in. The first one is our account name. This is what will actually show up on our report, so make sure to keep it clear and simple. So for this example, let's say we're setting up an account for our office supplies. So we'll enter office supplies in our account name field here. Next, we'll need to select the correct account type. This is the big bucket. For example, is this a fixed asset, like a vehicle or a building? Or is it a liability, like a loan or note payable? Is it an equity account, an income account, or is it an expense? In this example, our office supplies account would fall under the bucket of expenses. So let's choose that one. Now let's narrow it down further here in the detail type field to the type of expense it is. In our example, this would fall under office/general administrative expenses. Now in the description field, you can enter further details or a description if you'd like, but it's totally optional. And check this out. QuickBooks gives you a live preview so you can see exactly where the account will show up on your balance sheet or your profit and loss before you hit save. So for this example, since expenses show up on the profit and loss report, this preview is of the expenses section of our profit and loss report. So it's showing us where this particular expense account will show up among the other expenses. Now let's save this one. So just go down to the bottom right and click on the Save button. And now we can see it right here in our list. Now let's say you want to get more detailed. For example, under legal and professional fees, you might want to track separately how much you spend on your lawyer, your accountant, and your bookkeeper instead of just seeing one lump sum. That's where sub-accounts come in. As you can see here, we already have 2 of those 3 sub-accounts already created. You can tell they're sub-accounts here because they're tabbed over. These normal accounts are the main or parent accounts, and the ones tabbed over like this are the sub-accounts. So how do we add a sub-account? That's a great question. Let's go back up here to the top and click New Account. Now in our example, we wanted to add a sub-account to track how much we pay our lawyer. So let's add legal fees here in the account name field. Now let's choose the account type as an expense and our detail type as legal and professional fees. Now, as we can see in our preview of our profit and loss report down here, our new legal fees account, which is highlighted here in blue, is currently being set up as a main account. And since we don't want it to be a main account, but rather a sub-account of legal and professional fees, let's go up here and check this box beside Make This a Sub-Account. And now a new field is going to show up here, and this is where we're going to select the correct parent account that we want this new sub-account to be under. So let's choose our parent account, legal and professional fees. And now if we go back to the preview section, we'll see that our new legal fees account is now correctly a sub-account under legal and professional fees. Now we're good to go with this new sub-account, so let's click Save in the bottom right. Sub-accounts are a great way to add as much detail to your reports that you'd like, but keep in mind the more detail you add, the longer and more complicated your reports become. Now, if you'd rather not deal with adding accounts and organizing them yourself, and you just like clean, accurate reports delivered to you each month, that's exactly what I help business owners with. I'll drop a link in the description of this video if you'd like to connect. Or if you're more of a DIY person, I've got a free end-of-month checklist you can grab. It walks you through the exact steps to keep your books on track each month. You'll find that link in the description down below.